This is exactly how a man's mind works. Cleaning, paint, home decor, light bulbs, lighting, electrical. Like it's literally like bang, 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 bang. Because guys' minds are compartmental and women's minds are like flowing, so.
What the hell are you talking about, ma'am? What in God's name do you mean by flowing? The modern female dictionary is a sight to behold, people. We don't have a library large enough for the new phrases and terms they come up with on a daily basis. It all really boils down to one key factor. Modern women don't know who they are or what their general role in society is. That's why they're losing. Lady, the aisle system you're complaining about has saved the average person countless hours. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if you picked up a coffee cup only to have a 1-hour monologue about how women would make it better. Jesus. Okay, here are the comments. What the F you mean, bro? These are categories. Dude, your guess is as good as mine at this point. Females will say anything to justify their opinions. I agree with this take, but I'm still uncertain as to what the opinion even is. This is literally how guys' minds work. Points out the most logical setup any store could ever have. Thank you for making sense. The problem with social media is now I have to listen to everybody's opinion like it's fact. She really looked at a very well-organized and mapped-out business and said men. Yeah, she really did. It's amazing, honestly. Here we go.
I don't know why you're so set on going to college. Like, just don't, be an entrepreneur like me and be successful that way.
Entrepreneur? You only. That's not being an entrepreneur.
Yes, it is. It's a business.
You sell pictures of yourself online. That's not being an entrepreneur.
Okay, well, if you think I'm not an entrepreneur, let's go band for band.
For band.
Let's go band for band. I bought dad a fucking car. I'm about to pay off mom's mortgage. I'll pay for your college. You don't think that's a entrepreneur? Then I don't know what the is.
That's just using your money.
That I make through the business of OnlyFans.
Yeah, but that's a business, not being an entrepreneur. You're just getting way too famous.
Period.
And I've been getting name called a lot more at school. Some random girl said, "See you later, Pinky."
Pinky.
Pinky. Pink. Pink.
Band for band. Classy. Guys, most probably know this, but OnlyFans was originally created as a platform for performers to monetize their content and interactions directly. Stokely founded the company with a £10,000 loan from his father, Guy Stokely. The business actually tried to remove explicit content for like a minute, but we all know how that went down. Regardless, that in itself is entrepreneurship. Using someone's platform, saying this as someone who does something similar, is at best entrepreneurship adjacent. Moreover, the content this chick is making, well, it's not content, rendering the last statement null and void. There's no effort, and most of what's made involves laying down. Band for band is just a laughable statement. Here are the top comments. The CEO of OnlyFans is the real entrepreneur. Yes, but he should be ashamed of what it's become. I mean, entrepreneur, noun, a person who sets up a business or businesses, taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. 2, a promoter in the entertainment industry. She's an entrepreneur. Put down the simp juice and listen to what you just said, man. Sets up a business or businesses, taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. In what world are there risks, and since when is setting up a profile considered a real business without contributing to something valuable? The person who sets up OnlyFans is the entrepreneur. You are a product. Bingo. This guy gets it. Next clip.
Why does everybody ask me if I'm Latina? Isn't it obvious?
Latina Miami.
Thank you. I'm sure we needed a laugh after that last one. For women in the modern landscape, reality is something that can be molded into whatever you desire. They essentially live inside their phones, framing things, cropping, filtering blemishes, or just stealing another person's identity for clout. Obviously, the big mistake they make afterward is thinking that this kind of thing carries over into real life. I can't count the number of times I've seen people like this walk the earth thinking they actually did something, only to get pissed off when men inevitably scatter. The comments are, "Thanks for the support. I thank you for misinterpreting the video, sweetheart. She's still a 10. All we got to do is go to the gym. I see the vision. Find me a treadmill capable of handling this and get back to me on that, bud." There was literally no need for this video. It's just straight up bullying and being mean to other human beings. And then y'all defend it by saying, "Oh, it's just our preference." You can have your preference, but why bully her? It's so effed. Feminism is the poison. Shame is the antidote. She ate the other Latinas. She went from Latina to Latvia. Every woman is beautiful in her own way, and yes, you shouldn't look down on anyone when you yourself aren't any better looking than others or even inferior to them. Hard cope. Moving on.
I mean, I'm fat because I drink too much red wine and I don't exercise enough.
That's not true. That's absolutely not true. But you are not fat because of what you eat and how much exercise you do. That is the line that everybody is led to believe. But there is...
Doctor, if I left you now and ran up and down Leicester Square for 3 hours and then went home and had a piece of lettuce and then came in and did the same tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that, I would start to look like a supermodel.
Only for a few months, and then you would stop. In fact, you would start regaining weight within the first year. That is how the body works. The body will always return you to your natural set point weight.
Speaking of cope, this is a perfect presentation of how men and women approach these issues. People, make no mistake, the body positivity movement and the plus-sized rhetoric is one of the most profitable extensions of feminism ever to be created. All markets tend to benefit it. More seats, more fabric, more food, and yet, like any other part of the feminist engine, it exploits and makes everyone worse off than they were before. The guy asking the questions has his head on straight. He's making unhealthy choices, but he knows what he's doing because he knows who he is. The chick on the other end, not so much. Here are the comments. You can have excuses or you can have results, but you can't have both. Gospel. This woman is talking complete nonsense. The hormones she's taken are no joke. There is some truth to what she's saying. The body does go back naturally to a place of homeostasis, but she believes that the set point can't be changed. The truth is, it can be changed. If we exercise, change our diet, and we commit to this change for a long period of time, the body's set point or homeostasis changes to a new set point. Then we can stay at that place. But if we only diet and exercise for a short period of time in an intense way and then lose the weight and don't do it anymore, we will go back to where we were before. Oh look, a man wrote this. Next clip.
A lot of you men be gay. A lot of you men be gay, bro. It's like we don't even have to worry about if we getting cheated on with another girl. Like now we scared to look through your phone and you talking to a man, another man.
Translating. Translation complete. I am a woman that does not understand that men are looking for something more than just something that's pretty to look at. And instead of trying to interpret and understand this fact, I would rather insult and ridicule them with something that isn't really an insult. Instead of trying to understand why it is men are changing how they feel about ladies when it comes to our behavior, I would rather put that accountability somewhere else and make it about men.
All right, that was a bit creepy, but the AI voice covered most of it. The other thing I'd add is that this is something women living a masculine lifestyle say all the time, because they can't come to grips with being left on red every day of their waking lives. The comments are, sounds like the guys she keep picking just happen to be gay, or am I tripping? I don't think there are any men in the picture, man. Two takes here. One, again, inside the car with the cell phone camera recording never produced anything logical. Two, perhaps the guys telling her this are merely using a tactic of which they know will 100% for sure keep her away. Like, seriously, every guy is this? Really? I'm going to go with both. Kind of looks and sounds like the kind of modern woman that would stay outside your house until you made up a story. Many of us have been there. Gotta shake them off somehow. Nah, the guys you like are gay. Also possible. Hold up, let me cook real quick. So y'all saying you scared of that man to be talking to other men and it's not normal, but y'all be liking other females and secretly being les or bi is okay, and we should just overlook that like nothing happened? Her opinion means nothing. It's funny how women like this think they're so damn intelligent. History will not be kind to her. Next.
Overweight single mom who lives with her parents wants man who makes $5 million a year to marry her under a prenuptial agreement that he doesn't have access to the wealth in a trust that she doesn't know the rules of or how much is in it. Does that summarize it?
Yeah, but you know, I get it. I'm overweight.
No, that's not the key and point. What I'm looking at is
that's
the idea versus the reality of the thing.
That's right? Okay. That's what summarizes it. Yeah. If you want to go ahead.
I think what he's just trying to say, it's a bit not realistic.
Now these are my standards right now. It can change when I meet the right man. God doesn't know what he's gonna put for me.
Wow, I was not expecting the little sermon at the end there. A creative touch for something as nonsensical as wanting millions to sit on the couch. But when it comes to the standards she's referring to, lady, the fact that those standards are subject to change, that's the core of the problem. Men almost always have the same standards, and we expect the same in return. If your standards change once to, quote, settle, then they're inevitably going to change in a legitimate relationship. And yes, I'll second the statement here. Nice try, but it has nothing to do with your weight, at least in this context. The comments below. She literally heard one word out everything he said. Welcome to the female mind. It's a dark place. I'm sorry, but what happened to women wanting good, hardworking family men to marry? Why is it always about money? Very sad. Ask the sisterhood. We're done trying. Why would God ruin someone else's life for you? Good question. She doesn't want the guy to have access to his own money. Literally heard a wealthy man say, I will never leave my money to someone else's kid. The fact that she only heard overnight is preoccupying. Always the victim, never responsible. Yes, sir. Next clip.
I just want 10K for myself, but pay my rent, pay my bills, and I'll handle with the money you give me. I'm gonna go to school and make sure everything's straight. Support my kids. I got 2 kids, but I do got my own motion.
Hold on, I got a question for you. So if you used to see him, say he had a shorty, right? If you used to see him with his shorty in the store, you gonna walk up to him and say what's up, or you gonna just slide like we just tricking?
I just came to shop. I don't know who he is.
See? Still 4 games that shit.
One thing about me is I'm gonna keep it P.
Ooh, keep it P. All right,
Okay,
we can drop that 10 to like some 8. No, so we talking a little better now.
Yeah, sounds perfectly reasonable. Any takers? Did not think so. The comments are, single mom, red flag, first dude left for a reason. Who do these women think they are to deserve this? I blame the schools. 10K a month, I seen her at the park charging $120 for a happy ending. Anything but get a damn job. Let her baby daddy help her. Math ain't mathing on this. What happened to her BD? Why he ain't paying her 10K? What does someone get for 10K? What the F this shit, sad as F. Welcome to the West. Buckle up.
So, Sativa, why'd you have your balloon unpops for him?
He's handsome, and I was just kind of waiting to hear more.
Okay. So, why do we end up popping hers?
The tattoos.
Yeah.
I like
piercings.
tattoos. I got some too, but you got some in some areas that I'm not sure my mom would kind of approve. She kind of be like,
And I actually have like other things too.
Other things like what?
The tats and piercings are definitely a deal breaker. The man is on track, except for being on the show. Here are some of the comments. I don't understand why women need so much attention that she destroys her body for attention. That blows my mind. Who's trying to take her home to mom? Good one. He just wants to try her out. Any man would, but not wife her or take her home at best. She is a plaything for men, nothing more. Damn, son. Tattoo girl suffers from past traumas and mental illness. You want to know what's crazy? All the men assuming that she's no good based on aesthetics, and It's quite possible that she will treat a man better than he's ever experienced. We are so shallow that we condemn people based on the exterior. Sigh, I'd never look at a man and assume he's not a great man because he has tattoos, locks, or a gold grill. Nor would I assume a man is great because he's wearing a suit with a fade. You're not that great with pattern recognition, are you? Next clip.
Why aren't these men good enough?
It's not the fact that these men aren't good enough. You just think that these men aren't good enough for you. Let me explain. This is the woman's cycle of love. This woman is looking for a man with money, right? His mind is on the money. But guess what? He doesn't have time because his mind's on the money. So this woman is lonely. So she leaves that guy for the guy with time, but he doesn't have money, right? And for a time, she's happy with him until the bills are overdue and this woman becomes desperate, right? And then so she leaves that guy and goes to the guy with money and time. And she thinks she's found the guy with it all. And she's so happy, right? But she doesn't realize that this man has hopes, and she becomes jealous. And so the same cycle goes around and around over and over again until her body count is about the size of a WNBA draft. And that's your lesson for today.
And this is the cycle in a nutshell. Well put. The comments. Just enjoy your time in the cycle, fellas. He cooked a meal. No matter how much a man takes care of that woman, she will keep looking out for a man who can treat her better than he can. It is hypergamy. Bro cracked the code and they still gonna deny it. Money man /304. Woman with money /man with time. Man with time and money / woman that's equally balanced. Cool. Next.
Do you think a man should pay for the first date? No. Do you think a man should pay for the first date?
No, okay, no.
No? Do you think a man should pay for the first date? No.
We're all done, ladies. We just don't care. Here are the top comments. Look, ladies, feminism won. We are terrified of you. Men are so traumatized by all the feminist BS these days, they won't even speak or make eye contact with her. People are bored with you. Most are busy and most men are just not contributing to the social media madness anymore. You're all strong, independent women. Why do you need a man to pay for you? Isn't this what you want? Equality, or only when it favors you? I think we know the answer. So if you made it to the end of this video, I want to say I appreciate you. So don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to have a chance to win, and hit that sub button for daily videos. And if you could take a quick sec to subscribe to the second channel, Man Guide Reacts, link is down below in the description so we can be sure our message will keep on reaching the new men out there. I appreciate all the support, y'all, and I want to wish you all tremendous success.